So, as a fun little Friday the 13th distraction from the whole COVID-19 pandemic, I wanted to take a look at pixelating an image using GraphicsMagick in Lucee CFML. So to explore this concept, I have a bunch of images here, and I have different degrees of pixelation, which is essentially the size that the image will be reduced to before it is scaled back up to its original size. So here's 50 pixels. You can see we have some graininess, and as I go down in the number of pixels of the intermediate image, you can see that the pixelation of the resultant image increases. We can go across here. We can see kind of a fun little effect, right? And the way that this works is essentially we take the image, we scale it down in order to discard image data, and then once we've discarded the image data, we scale the image back up to its original size, forcing the discarded image data to become this blocky visualization technique, right? And again, we just see it pixelating. And of course, the image size is going to be greatly reduced, right? If we look at the images here and we refresh, here we can see that the input image is 541K and the output image is only 4.9K. So I don't know, it'd be interesting to maybe try and use this for some sort of like progressive loading of an image. I don't know. But anyway, let's take a look at the code to see what's going on. So the algorithm is quite simple, and this basically mirrors every other algorithm on pixelation that I've seen in some recent Googling, which is that we're going to scale it down and then scale it back up. So to start with, I get the dimensions of the image using the GraphicsMagick identify command. And I can get the width and height out of that formatted string. At that point, we're going to scale the input image down along the size, and the size here is the pixels that I've provided in the URL. So for example, if we hit 50, we would be scaling the image down to 50 pixels across. Here you can see we're only providing the width, not the height, so we're going to let the height scale proportionally. At that point, I'm going to reduce the number of colors and turn off dithering, just in an attempt to reduce the file size a little bit. And then all we do is scale back up to the original size of the image. And you can see here I'm using the exclamation to ensure that we go back to the absolute size of the original image and not leave any wiggle room for some sort of rounding errors on the resize operation. And then we just store that to a PNG. We're using a PNG obviously because it allows us to reduce the file size based on the repetition of images of colors. So that's basically it. The rest of this is just some utility stuff around GraphicsMagick as I've had in all my other posts. And as you can see, I just have all my pixel sizes here, and each one of those sizes is getting sent across with the associated image. And that's where we get. So we get the increasing pixelation. Anyway, just a fun little Friday the 13th exploration of GraphicsMagick inside of Lucee CFML.